How's it going, everybody? This is your boy Hollows Grim, and today we're going to be reacting to True Facts, Cat's Killer Senses by your boy Zefrank himself. Be sure to give, Zefrank a little bit of love. Also, show me a little bit of love. About to reach 100 subscribers on this channel. Hopefully, before the end of the year. Please hit that subscribe button. It would really help a bro out so freaking much. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
Members of the family Felidae are obligate carnivores. All cats, from the majestic four-nippled tiger to the 6 to 8 on average, sometimes an odd-numbered nippled domestic cat, must eat meat to survive, despite being very...
Bro, the rat's right in front of you. Do your job. Do your freaking job, bro. He's like, you gonna eat that? I'm not gonna eat it. I don't know where that's been. Crap. Already!
very good at puking up grass. They have lost the ability to digest and ferment most plant matter. However, they're very good at digesting meat and organs with levels of fat that would quickly give us a heart attack. Cats have evolved into exceptional hunters with exceptional sensory capabilities. However, all of this may have been driven by a lack of sense. All cats lack the ability to taste sweet. An irreversible genetic mutation in a common ancestor made their sweet receptors inoperable. So sweet and sour soup just tastes like sour soup. Cats may have become the super predators that they are because everything else just tasted like crap. If you take my ding-dongs away, I'd go a little crazy too. What other small...
I'm just saying, you take Oreos away from me. I'm not saying you be buried. I'm just saying... I'll put you somewhere where they can't find you. I'm just saying, don't mess with my Oreos.
All evolutionary quirks and adaptations can help explain the cat. What makes the tiger Why'd you bleep that? I mean like tick-tock, like a Follow me while we go behind the tiger. That's weird.
Okay.
Inside? Follow me while we go inside behind the tiger? Oh, just inside the tiger. I think that's worse. Whatever. We'll talk about cats after a quick message about our sponsor.
Alright, you're gonna have to skip through that. Sorry about that, guys.
Very good night vision. They can see in the dark almost 6 times better than we can. When the lights come up at the club, they're not as surprised at who they've been dancing with. They have a tapetum lucidum, which is a reflective layer inside the eye and behind the retina. The retina is where light-detecting photoreceptors are. So light hits those receptors on the way in and then is bounced back through those receptors again. And
I'm sorry, that right there reminds you of that one freaking video where all the raccoons are just lined up in a line just staring straight at the camera, and you see all the light reflecting off all their eyes. It just reminds me of that.
amplifying the response to available light that enters the eye. Think of it like how the taste of a Taco Bell bean burrito is amplified by tasting it while you eat it, and then again when you verp it back up. The tapetum lucidum is what creates that eye shine effect. I mean, it's a little awkward if you're trying to hide. It's like if a ninja rode to work on his bike and then forgot to take his little pant cuff reflectors off. I see you, ninja. Like many animals, cats have a palpebra tertia, or third eyelid. This is what sometimes makes your cat look like a little demon baby when it wakes up. Think of it like a moist wipe, but for your eye. This membrane cleans and moistens the surface of the eye while also protecting it. Humans have a little fold called a plica semilunaris on the inside corner of their eye, which is a remnant of this membrane. It's not that weird little bump. That's the lacrimal caruncle. Kind of want to pop it. You may have noticed that the pupil shape of a tiger is different than that of a domestic cat. There's lots of pupil shapes out there. Some are vertical, some are horizontal, some, like ours, are rounded in shape. And then whatever the hell this is, like the mouth of a sad ghost. These stupid clams, they don't even have pupils, they're dumb. You look like Jabba the Hutt when he got all horny. Horny Jabba. Martin Banks and et al., who's like the best scientist, he's on all the papers, used their sciences to explain these differences. It turns out that vertical pupils create an increased depth of field on vertical contours. This means that if you focus on an object, vertical things like blades of grass in front of or behind that object don't go out of focus as much as horizontal things do. This information can be used by the brain parts to more precisely calculate depth, and this arrangement is found in hunters that ambush and pounce on their prey. However, this benefit diminishes as you get taller. Lower to the ground predators like foxes and kitty cats have vertical pupils, while their taller relatives like wolves and big cats have round pupils. And this would explain why almost all birds have round pupils. Horizontal pupils are a bit different. They tend to be on prey animals with side-facing eyes. These function more to create a wide panorama that can discern a predator's movement across horizontal lines on the landscape.
Oh, so like when they're
Only
running.
really works if the pupil is parallel to the horizon. And in these animals, as their head moves up and down, their eyes rotate to keep their pupils in line. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I know what you're thinking. If vertical pupils are so great, why do my cat's eyes go all cray-cray before it pounces? Once a cat is locked in on its target, it's probably trying to get as much visual information as possible before it flies blind, so to speak. Because of their relatively big-ass eyes, cats can't really focus on things closer than about 11 inches. This
Is that why they have severe ADHD? I'm just putting that out there.
is a bit of an awkward blind spot to have if you use your face to kill things. The cat's vibrissae, or whiskers, help fill in this information gap. These are sturdy hairs that go deep into the skin where they are surrounded by sensory receptors. Like a fishing pole, the hair itself can't feel, but the receptors are like your finger on the line. As the whiskers are displaced, these receptors respond to things like the force, direction, and acceleration of that movement to create a kind of touch picture. Sort of like when you feel around for keys in a cluttered handbag, except better. It seems as though they can even sense the air currents surrounding
That's cute.
objects. When cats attack, this shot goes
That's
later.
not cute.
When cats attack, their whiskers move forward. Okay, so it's a bit of a fart in a hurricane if you're trying to stop a charging giraffe. But if you hunt large animals with a precision bite, it can be the difference between dinner and getting all messed up. Whiskers may even allow a cat to feel the pulse of its prey, so it knows when it's safe to let go. Cats have a very good sense of smell, with over 40 times the odor-detecting cells in their nose parts. Cats communicate through scent. For example, here is this lion's Tinder and LinkedIn profiles, all in one. It's like the internet, except communicated by pissing all over stuff. It's basically the internet. To really get up in there and interpret these signals, they have another smelly organ called the vomeronasal, or Jacobson's organ. It is located above the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth where the cat has little ducts that lead to it. When animals that have this organ use it, they exhibit what should be called stank mouth, but scientists call it Flamon's response, whatever. You know Flamon must have liked the stank, though. I'll check to see if the milk is good kind of guy. What's that brown thing on the carpet? Go get Flamon, he'll smell it. In any case, you know when you
looks
try
so
and smell
weird.
your own breath without using your hand and you think no one notices? This is what you look like. Domestic cat owners will sometimes see this after their cat has a quick chat with its eye of Sauron, so to speak. You know the
mean booty hole?
position. It's the,
Yeah.
what, honey, my doctor asked me to send him a picture of my hemorrhoid position. Telemedicine. Oh, don't front. We know what you... Oh, you were going to lick your toes? Is that how you normally do it? One of the most striking features of a cat's tongue is that it is rough. You'd think it'd be meow. Sorry, dad joke. Being licked by a cat is kind of like watching a 2-year-old that just learned how to blow through a harmonica. Super cute at first, and then quickly becomes painful. Cats' tongues are covered in little spiky papillae, made of keratin, the same stuff that makes fingernails. Scratchy.
So that's
For
why
a
it
long
hurts.
time, these papillae were assumed to be solid conical spikes. However, Dr. Alexis Knoll and et al., again, was looking at how papillae might help a cat eat by dragging a cat tongue over a piece of pork. As one does in science. She had a lot of tongues lying around, all donated post-mortem. You know she has a good comeback when somebody says, "What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue?" Oh, you'll find it's just the opposite, Mr. Bond. Anywho, Dr. Knoll found that after cleaning the papillae, some of the meat was still stuck. A closer look revealed that the papillae are not solid cones, but rather grooved in a U-shape. It turns out that these grooves are just the right size to pull in and hold a certain amount of saliva from the mouth through surface tension. This is very useful in grooming, which is like the cat's main gig. Cats have 2 layers of fur, an outer protective coat of longer, thicker hairs, and an undercoat of many, many fine hairs. If the cat had a smooth tongue...
I guess that's why they freaking clean themselves so damn much. Jeez. I mean, I'm a hairy guy myself, but like... I don't like myself. I don't... You didn't hear that. You hear nothing.
Its saliva would cause the top layers of hairs to mat and stick together, and would only partially penetrate the fur. In the grooming motion of the cat, however, the papillae rotate to become perpendicular with the tongue, while the fur is compressed. This allows the papillae to get all the way to the surface of the skin. As these are drawn through the fur, they deposit the trapped saliva along the thin strands of hair and onto the skin. Even big furry cats like the snow leopard can reach their skin with their papillae. Only the domestic Persian has fur too long and dense for effective self-grooming. You can kind of tell.
That flat face too.
This tongue brush filled with spit adaptation is good for cleaning, but it may also be vital for cooling. Cats have very few sweat glands, and the ones they have are mainly on the pads of their paws. Wait, how many toes is that? The saliva that they deposit on their...
Hold on, what? I gotta see that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. This sucker got 6 toes? What? What? Okay, Guinness Book of World Records, where you at?
Wait, how many toes is that? The saliva that they deposit on their skin and fur evaporates and helps them cool down. Cats use another fancy tongue trick when they drink. That is, if they can actually find the water. They can't really see things close up, but still, heaven forbid you get your nose a tiny bit wet. Trust me, I could drink beer out of a bucket in the dark. Both dogs and cats curl their tongues backward when they drink. But the dog creates a kind of little spoon shape that goes under the water and scoops it up and brings it back to the mouth. Since the dogs do it that way, the cat had to do it all different. Instead of going under the water, cats rest a smooth part of their curled under tongue on the surface of the water. This creates liquid adhesion, which you can kind of feel if you put your palm on the surface of water. Try it when your roommate is in a bath. For science. When the cat pulls its tongue back, water is pulled up with it. Through inertia. This creates a column of water suspended for a moment before gravity screws everything up. The cat's mouth quickly chomps on that water column before it falls. Lots of complicated little sips. Sort of like eating by throwing things up in the air and trying to catch them in your mouth. Like some young people are wont to do with grapes. Yes, the cat is remarkable to behold for its strength, speed, and power. But perhaps it is the small things that truly let us take a peek behind the cat. Are you not hearing that? I'm telling you, it doesn't sound right. And by the way...
It does not. Well, guys, that's freaking True Facts, Cats Killer Senses by Seth Frank. Hit that subscribe button, not only for Seth Frank, but for me, trying to reach that 100 subscriber goal. Thank you guys so much for freaking tuning in. And as always, have a good one.